What's up, guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. You know what? It's snowing outside. It's getting pretty cold. Let me do a quick outfit change. Much better. So, I'm now a dragon, so you can call me Dragon Madrona, and I even come with wings. All right, guys. So for today's notes, they are not in your packet. So what I'm going to need you guys to do is to take out a scratch sheet of paper. We're just going to go through two quick examples, and then you'll be able to get started on your homework. So go ahead and take out a scratch sheet of paper and a pencil, just like this. Okay. And then, yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to piece out in this little square right here, and then we'll jump right to business. Alrighty, guys. So let's go ahead and hop to it. So you can go ahead and on your scratch sheet of paper, go ahead and write down example number 1. And we're going to be talking about how to fill in blanks of sequences when I'm only given the first and the fourth term, and this would work if you're given like the first and like the sixth term, or the first and like the seventh term, or if you're given the second term and like an eighth term. So we're going to be talking about that. So let's take a look at this first arithmetic sequence. And so they're asking us to fill in the blanks. And if you guys remember, we did an example like this a couple days ago where we started off by figuring out that it took us 3 jumps to get from the first term all the way to that next term that they give us. And so then we found the differences, right? So then we figured out, okay, the distance to get from 5 to 35 is 30 units. So I traveled 30 units over a series of 3 jumps. And so that means that I'm jumping 10 units per jump. So this is going to become 15. This is going to become 25. And then it only makes sense that the next one is 35. So we've filled in the blanks. And then they want us to find the 51st term. So before I get to that, we need an equation because it's just going to streamline everything else. So if you guys remember the structure, it's a sub n equals a sub 1, your first term, plus d, your common difference, times the quantity of n minus 1. And so we're going to be looking for the 51st term. I know the first term is 5. Our common difference is I'm adding 10 each time. 51 is going to go in for n, and then we're just going to follow order of operation. So that becomes 5 plus 10 times 50. Well, 10 times 50 is going to be 500. So that's 5 plus 500. And so the 51st term in this particular sequence is 505. And that's it. All right, let's take a look at another example. What if I give you a similar sequence where I give you the first term, the fourth term, and some blanks in the middle? So we have to figure out what goes in those blanks, right? We're going to follow a different set of steps. It's going to be different because this is now a geometric sequence and not an arithmetic sequence. So the first thing I want to do is just write down the structure of the structure that I'm going to use. So the general formula is G of n equals G sub 1 times r to the power of n minus 1. All right. I don't know what r is, right? I don't know what I'm multiplying by each time to get to the next term. And so we're just going to start plugging in what we know. So I know the first term is 5. And I really don't know anything else. But what I do know is I know that the fourth term is 40. So I'm going to go ahead and plug that in. So what I mean by that is if I know that the fourth term is 40. Don't know what my common ratio is, but that was the fourth term. So I'm going to plug 4 in for n, and I'm just going to start simplifying. So what that looks like is I've got 40 equals 5 times r. 4 minus 1 is 3. And then we want to start isolating our r. So we're going to divide both sides by 5. And then 40 divided by 5 gives us 8. So I have 8 equals r cubed. And then if you guys remember, to undo a cube, we're going to take the cube root. So cube root of 8, or another way to ask this question is what number times itself 3 times will get you 8? And the answer is 2. So the common ratio here is 2. So that means in order to get to the next term, I'm going to be multiplying by 2 each time, times 2, times 2, times 2. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 times 2 is 20. 20 times 2 is 40. Everything checks out. Okay, so I filled in the blanks. And then they want us to find g of 11. So now I can just go ahead and use my formula for that. So I'm going to do this over here in green. I know my common ratio now is 2. I'm going to plug in 11 in for n minus 1. Start following order of operations, peeps. So I have 2 to the power of 10. So 2 to the power of 10 is 1,024, and then we're going to multiply that by 5. And so the 11th term in this sequence is 5,120. Alrighty, guys, that's all I've got for you today. Sorry that those didn't print out in your notes, but I'm hoping that these notes were short, sweet, and to the point. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out or attend some of your teacher's office hours. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below.